All right, let's talk about a major headache in the industrial world: labeling. Downtime, wasted materials, they're just productivity killers. So today we're going to do a virtual review of the Brady i3300 printer. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of its specs and features and see if it actually delivers on its big promise of being super fast and totally foolproof. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll meet the Brady i3300 itself. Then we'll do a technical breakdown. After that, we'll unlock its key features, see what's actually inside the box, and finally, figure out who really needs this thing. Sound good? Let's jump in. Okay, first things first, let's get acquainted with the i330. Now, what's interesting is that Brady isn't just pushing a piece of hardware. Nope, they're talking about delivering your ideal label printing scenario. But what does that even mean, right? Well, right off the bat, you can see who this is for. This is not your average everyday office printer. It's a mid-volume industrial label printer, and that means it's built for places where every second counts, and a mislabeled wire or part is a huge problem. We're talking zero room for error. All right, enough with the high-level stuff. Let's pop the hood and really look at the engine here. The specs are going to tell us what this machine can actually do. Okay, let's run through this. We've got thermal printing, and that's a big deal because it means your labels aren't going to smudge or fade. Super important for long-term ID. Connectivity is a straightforward USB. The resolution is 300 dpi, which is pretty much the gold standard for getting crisp text and barcodes that actually scan. And it handles up to 4 by 6 inch media, which covers a ton of common industrial jobs. You know, these aren't crazy over-the-top specs. They're solid, reliable workhorse specs. But specs only tell you part of the story, right? The real hook, the thing that makes this printer stand out, is what Brady calls its smart features. So, the big question is that just some fancy marketing term, or is there some actual innovation going on here? Changeovers in a flash. That's the big promise right there. And you know what they're targeting? One of the most annoying, time-sucking tasks in any workshop or lab. That slow, frustrating process of swapping out label rolls. We've all been there. And they're not just making a vague promise. They put a number on it. 20 seconds. That's the claim, that you can snap in a new label roll and ribbon and be ready to print in just 20 seconds. I mean, if you've ever wrestled with a traditional label printer, you know that is unbelievably fast. So how in the world do they pull off that 20-second changeover? Well, it all comes down to their Print Smart technology. And the whole point of this tech is to get rid of two things that drive everybody crazy: fiddling with calibration settings and wasting those first few labels every single time. And here's how it actually works. It's a dead simple 4-step process. 1, you just drop in the label roll and ribbon. 2, the printer automatically calibrates itself. 3, the software sets everything up for you. And 4, you print perfectly on the very first label. It's that simple. No wasted time, no wasted materials. Period. Okay, so it's smart and fast, but is that all it does? Nope. This thing is not a one-trick pony. The documentation says it can handle over 40 different kinds of materials. It's especially good with things like sleeves for wire ID and other small labels. And if you need something really specific, they even have custom material options. All right, so we know what it can do, but what do you actually get when you buy one? What's in the box? Let's do a quick virtual unboxing. So it looks like you get pretty much everything you need to hit the ground running. You've got the i330 printer itself. This one's the US Wi-Fi version, plus the Brady Workstation software suite for product and wire ID. Of course, you get the power cord and USB cable, and they even throw in a cleaning kit and a cutter cleaning tool to keep it running smoothly. It really is a complete starter kit. Okay, let's put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We've got a printer that's smart, it's fast, and it promises zero waste. It's got some very specific capabilities, so the million-dollar question is, who is this actually for? Who needs this? Well, the answer is really in its core strengths. This printer is absolutely perfect for pros in those mid-volume environments. I'm talking about places like workshops, IT departments, manufacturing floors, or labs. Basically, any place where a labeling mistake or time wasted messing with a printer isn't just a small annoyance, it's something that directly hurts your productivity and your bottom line. And that brings us to the final thought, which I think really gets to the heart of what this machine is all about. So I'll just leave you with this question. Is your current manual printer calibration process costing you way more than you think? It really makes you consider all those hidden costs, the lost time, the wasted labels, and just the sheer frustration that a smart system like this is designed to eliminate.